Hi everyone, and welcome to the Say As It Is with Pete podcast series. I'm Pete, your host, and each week I will bring you some frank and honest conversations covering various topics from learning and development, apprenticeships, funding, HR, strengths, recruitment, ESG, well-being, ED&I, employability, and much, much more. So let's get this week's episode underway and say as it is. Welcome to this week's episode of Say As It Is with Pete, and I'm your host, Pete. Now, as we continue this theme for May, which is around the wonderful topic of ESG, so environmental, social, and governance, we are going to have a look today at sustainability within the hospitality industry here in the UK. So I'm going to have an honest and frank conversation around this, and then also look at giving you some tips and advice and having some frank conversations. So let's get started. So what is sustainability in the hospitality industry? Well, sustainability refers to the meeting of the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So the hospitality industry is a significant contributor to the global economy and is responsible for a significant amount of resource consumption and waste generation. Therefore, sustainability in the hospitality industry refers to the practices and strategies that aim to reduce the negative impacts of the industry on the environment, society, and economy, while simultaneously improving its long-term validity. So what's the importance of sustainability in the UK hospitality industry? Well, the UK hospitality industry is an important sector for the economy. According to the ONS, which is the Office of National Statistics, the GDP, so the gross domestic product for the hospitality industry in the UK is as follows. So for 2018, it was 102.5 billion. For 2019, it was 104.7 billion. And then in 2020, it was 51.4 billion. Now, it's important to note that the hospitality industry was significantly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, which led to a sharp decrease in the GDP in 2020. However, with the easing of those restrictions and the gradual reopening of businesses and how it's developed since 2020 until 2023, it is expected that the industry will recover in the coming years. And I'm happy to say that it is. And I know that because I work in the industry. But also, the hospitality industry is providing employment opportunities for over 3 million people. However, the industry is also responsible for a significant amount of carbon emissions, waste generation, and water consumption. Therefore, there is a need to implement sustainable practices to reduce negative impact of the industry on the environment, society, and economy. So the purpose of this kind of outline is that the purpose is to provide an overall overview of sustainability in the UK hospitality industry, including the environmental, social, and economic sustainability, sustainable tourism, and sustainable partnerships, challenges, and opportunities. So let's look at these in a bit more detail. So environmental sustainability. So there is something called reduce, reuse, and recycle, or as some people know it as the 3 R's. So the 3 R's are the fundamental principle of sustainable practices in the hospitality industry. So this involves reducing waste through energy efficient practices, reusing materials where possible, and recycling materials that cannot be reused. We also look at energy efficiency. So energy consumption is a significant contributor to carbon emission within the industry. Therefore, implementing energy efficient practices such as switching to LED lighting, using energy efficient appliances, and optimizing heating and cooling systems can significantly reduce energy consumption and carbon emissions. But water consumption. So we all know that water is a scarce resource, and the hospitality industry is a significant consumer of water. Therefore, by implementing water-saving strategies such as low-flow toilets, faucets and showers, and reusing grey water can significantly reduce water consumption. And it's also around waste management. So with waste generation in the hospitality sector is a significant problem for the industry. So implementing effective waste management strategies such as source reduction, it could be separation and recycling, or significantly reduce the amount of waste generated. So in some hotels, you'll find that there are now starting to be small recycle bins in guest rooms. So sustainable food practices. So food production and consumption are responsible for a significant amount of carbon emissions, waste generation and water consumption. Therefore, implementing sustainable food practices such as sourcing locally, reducing food waste, and offering plant-based menu options can significantly reduce the negative impact of the hospitality industry on the environment. So let's now move on and look at social sustainability. Now, within social sustainability, this also looks at diversity and inclusion. So, diversity and inclusion are essential principles of social sustainability in the hospitality industry. Implementing practices that promote diversity and inclusion, such as offering equal employment opportunities, providing training and development opportunities, and promoting a culture of respect and inclusivity, can create a positive and welcome environment for employees and customers. It also looks at community engagement, and community engagement is critical to social responsibility, especially in our industry. So engaging with local communities, supporting local businesses, and promoting cultural heritage can help create a positive and sustainable relationship between the hospitality sector and the local community. And employee well-being. So employee well-being is essential for social sustainability within our industry, and providing a safe and healthy working environment, promoting work-life balance, and offering opportunities for personal and professional development can help promote that and promote great and outstanding employee well-being. But also under this as well, we look at ethical practices. Now, ethical practices such as fair trade, animal welfare, and sustainable sourcing are essential for social sustainability within the hospitality industry. So implementing ethical practices can help ensure that the hospitality industry operates in a manner that is fair and just for all stakeholders. And health and safety. Of course, the big thing. Health and safety is essential for social sustainability within the hospitality industry. So providing a safe and healthy environment for employees and customers, implementing hygiene and sanitation protocols, and regularly training employees on health and safety practices can help ensure that the hospitality industry operates in a manner that protects the well-being of all its stakeholders. So let's look at the economic sustainability element. So economic benefits of sustainability. Now, implementing sustainable practices in the industry can provide economic benefits such as cost savings, increased operational efficiency, improved brand reputation, and increased customer loyalty. It can also support with cost reduction strategies. So when looking at cost reduction strategies, implementing these strategies such as energy efficient practices, waste reduction, and water conversion can help reduce operating costs and improve profitability within the hospitality industry. But also, we need to look at innovative business models. So innovative business models, I can't say that word, so I do apologize, such as circular economy and sharing economy can help promote economic sustainability within the industry. These models focus on reducing waste, promoting resource efficiencies, and maximizing the value of resources. But also, we're going to now look at that sustainable tourism element. So sustainable tourism practices. So when we look at this, sustainable tourism practices such as ecotourism Responsible tourism and community-based tourism can help promote environmental, social, and economic sustainability within the hospitality industry. When we look at sustainable accommodation, practices such as green buildings, eco-hotels, and sustainable resorts can help promote environmental sustainability within the industry. And sustainable transport. So having sustainable transport practices such as public transport, electric vehicles, and cycling can help reduce carbon emissions and promote environmental sustainability within our industry. And sustainable tourist activities. Yes, there are such things, and sustainable tourist activities such as nature-based activities, cultural tourism, and volunteering can help promote social and environmental sustainability within the industry. But let's now take a look at sustainable partnerships. So collaborating with your suppliers. So collaborating with suppliers to promote sustainable practices can help improve the sustainability within the industry and the supply chain. Stakeholder engagement. So engaging with all stakeholders such as employees, customers, and local communities can help promote sustainable practices. Sustainable reporting. So reporting on sustainability performance can help promote transparency and accountability in the hospitality sector. And then changes or challenges, I should say, and opportunities. So barriers to sustainability in the UK hospitality industry, there could be some. And those barriers to sustainability within the industry here in the UK can include a lack of awareness, resistance to change, and cost concerns. There's also the emerging trends and opportunities. So emerging trends such as circular economy, sharing economy, and sustainable tourism provide opportunities for the hospitality industry to promote its sustainability. You also have potential solutions. So there are potential solutions to promote sustainability within the UK hospitality industry, and this can include education and awareness campaigns, initiatives for sustainable practices, and collaboration amongst your stakeholders. So as we begin to wrap up there, and hopefully that's provided you some more information, let's kind of have a little bit of a conclusion around all of this information. So a kind of summary of these key points is that sustainability is essential for long-term validity in the UK hospitality industry. So environmental, social, and economic sustainability, sustainable tourism, sustainable partnerships, and challenges and opportunities are critical aspects of sustainability within the sector. There is an importance of sustainable practices in our industry, and implementing sustainable practices can help reduce the negative impact to the hospitality industry and on the environment, society, and economy, while simultaneously improving its long-term validity. So here's my little bit of call to action. So to all stakeholders in the UK hospitality industry, we should work together to promote sustainable practices and ensure the long-term sustainability within the industry. So come on, guys, let's share best practice. Let's work together. If you think you're doing something really well and you've made some really good changes in sustainability, why not shout about it? Why not share it? Because it helps everybody on the right path. It shouldn't be holding all our cards to our chest and hiding it from everybody. We should be able to share all things best practice with each other in the industry. So I want to wrap up this podcast and say thank you very much for listening to this podcast on sustainability in the hospitality industry in the UK. I hope it has been informative. I know it can be a bit of a long, boring subject, but I hope it has given you some key points and takeaways for this podcast. There will be a bonus episode this week coming on Thursday talking about sustainability within housekeeping, as housekeeping is something that I am in at the moment within the role that I work at in my normal day-to-day role. So I do have a very special bonus podcast on sustainability within a housekeeping team. So stay posted for that this Thursday. But in the meantime, thank you again for listening. You can listen back to any previous podcasts via the Apple Podcast, via Amazon, Spotify, Samsung Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts from. And again, thank you for listening, and keep an eye out for that bonus episode this week. And until next week's big episode, keep listening.